Howdy. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family, friends, and honored graduates, welcome to the 2023 commencement ceremonies for Texas A&M University's School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. Good afternoon and welcome to Texas A&M University. I'm John August. It's my privilege to serve as the Carl B. King Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. And I'd like to welcome all of you to this very, very special occasion. For the past 106 years, the School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences has served the state of Texas as one of only 31 veterinary colleges and schools in our nation. Today's ceremony recognizes the 103rd class of veterinarians to graduate from the tradition-rich halls of Texas A&M University. The 159 veterinary medical students graduating today will increase the total number of Texas A&M veterinary medical graduates to 8,920. May 10th, 2023 marks a very special day, especially for the 159 women and men who, in a few moments, will join the ranks of the veterinary medical profession. Their journey has been challenging. After completing the pre-veterinary requirements, which usually include a 4-year undergraduate degree and sometimes one or more graduate degrees, they enter the rigorous 4-year veterinary medical curriculum. The students before us today have completed all of the requirements to become new doctors of veterinary medicine. After today, they will leave Texas A&M University to embark upon their professional careers as veterinarians. This is also a special time for my faculty colleagues as they reflect with pride on the product of their academic work. They are reminded once again that their dedication to exemplary education at this university has been rewarded with your academic success and the graduation of a truly outstanding class of veterinarians. Today is an extraordinary celebration for our faculty as well. Will our outstanding faculty of the School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences please stand as able and be recognized? Thank you all for everything you do so well. Today marks a celebration for everybody present here: parents, grandparents, partners, spouses, uncles, aunts, children, siblings, and friends, all who have provided the love, support, and the network needed for our graduates to realize their long-term dreams of becoming doctors of veterinary medicine. We welcome you all and congratulations on the support that you've given to this amazing group of graduates. One of our core values at Texas A&M is loyalty. We are fortunate to have former students and other supporters who helped to make our university one of the nation's truly great public land-grant institutions. I'm delighted to introduce Mr. Scott Walker, class of 1990, who is Vice President of our Association of Former Students, to make some remarks. Mr. Walker. Thank you, sir.
Howdy. Very nice. Thank you, Dean August. Appreciate you allowing us the opportunity to be here today and be part of this celebration. And indeed, it is a celebration. The Dean and I were talking back in the robing room, and he was explaining to me the incredible challenges and academic hurdles you've had to overcome to get to this moment, and how for each one of you sitting there today, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of other students who wish they could be sitting where you are today. So he is clearly very proud of you, of each of you, individually and of all of you together as a class, and as he should be. And I hope you're proud of yourselves as well. It is indeed a tremendous accomplishment. And on behalf of the Association of Former Students and our worldwide Aggie network of more than 575,000 Aggies, congratulations to each one of you on this momentous achievement. As you join the ranks of our former students, you continue a 144-year tradition of service and support established by hundreds of thousands of Aggies who came before you. Created by our first former students in 1879 and nurtured by more than 500,000 Aggies over the past century and a half, the Association of Former Students today annually provides critical, tangible financial support to our university and to this college, which is unmatched and unrivaled by any other alumni organization in the world. Today, we welcome you as members of the Association of Former Students, the premier alumni association. Will our newest former students please rise as able? That's y'all. There you go. Aggies, the association you inherit today was founded and exists to promote the interest and welfare of Texas A&M and to perpetuate the ties of camaraderie formed in university days. It is my distinct privilege to officially induct you and welcome you into the Association of Former Students of Texas A&M University. And to signify this important transition, I ask each of our graduates, those of you who have an Aggie ring, to take a moment and look at it. That ring, like your diplomas, reminds us of our core values: excellence, integrity, leadership, loyalty, respect, and selfless service, and also of that vast Aggie network to which all of us, including you, now belong. Traditionally, since earning your Aggie ring, you have worn it with the year facing you to remind you of your goal to reach this point, graduation from this program. At this time, I would invite those of you who have a ring to take it off and turn it around, put it back on your finger with the class year facing outward so that you declare your allegiance and your accomplishment as a proud former student of Texas A&M to everyone that you meet. If you don't have an Aggie ring, that's okay. You are and always will be a Texas Aggie and an important part of the worldwide Aggie network, and the association will always be here for you. As an Aggie, you're never alone. Joining you on this path are your outstanding Texas A&M education, those core values, and the worldwide Aggie network. Throughout your journey, wear that ring or display that diploma with pride, and remember that you are forever a Texas Aggie. Future generations of Aggies will look to you for inspiration and leadership. Many of you are already supporting future Aggies through gifts to the association. I encourage you to support that, to continue that support, but even more, I encourage you to be an Aggie in every sense of the word. Get involved with your local A&M club. Go to your local Aggie muster. Join a constituent network. Mentor younger Aggies or want to be Aggies. Be the best Aggie that you can be. Visit us anytime at the Alumni Center or AggieNetwork.com to find ways that you can continue to stay involved with Texas A&M. Aggies helping Aggies is our oldest tradition. And thank you for continuing this tradition by helping the Aggies who will follow in your footsteps, just as others helped you. Congratulations, gig 'em. Please be seated.
I'd like to take a minute or so to introduce some very special guests that we have here for this celebration. This afternoon, I am pleased and honored to welcome my colleague, Dr. Michael Johnson. Michael, if you would stand, please. Michael is Interim Associate Provost for Faculty Success, Interim Associate Vice President For faculty affairs, we work with Michael often. He is representing the office of the provost this afternoon. Michael, we're delighted to have you here with us. Thank you very much. Also seated in the auditorium, we are pleased and honored to welcome Mr. Damon Sladen. I think I saw Damon, Vice President for Human Resources and Organizational Effectiveness. Damon, where? Okay. And Mr. Stephen Franklin, Vice President for Facilities, Safety and Security. They represent the senior administrative community at Texas A&M University, and we deeply appreciate the support that both of them provide us in our School of Veterinary Medicine. I'd also like to take the opportunity to recognize special guests representing the Texas Veterinary Medical Association. We know them as the TVMA. The TVMA provides extraordinary support to our school and to our students, and we are deeply grateful for the partnership that we have with them. Delighted that many of the officials of the association can be with us today. And I'm going to ask each of them to please stand as able to be recognized when I call your name. Joining us on the stage today, Dr. Jody Long, President of the Texas Veterinary Medical Association. Seated in the audience as special guests are Dr. Nancy Carter, Chairman of the Board for TVMA. Thank you, Nancy. Dr. Tamara Walthall, immediate past president of the TVMA. Dr. Pancho Hubert, Council Chair, Association Affairs for TVMA. Pancho, thank you. Mr. Troy Alexander, Executive Director of the TVMA. Thank you, Troy, for everything you do for us. Ms. Angela Russell, Associate Director of the TVMA. Angela. And Ms. Donna Eberhardt, Membership and Marketing Manager for the TVMA. Our thanks go to each of you for what you do for our school. Thank you all for participating in today's ceremony and your continued support of our programs. And now I'm delighted to recognize the administrative leadership team of our school. Every day, I have the opportunity to work closely with this team of colleagues associated with associate and assistant deans and department heads. And it's a real privilege for me to be able to call them my administrative colleagues and friends. It truly takes a team to run a school of this size and this scope and complexity. So I'm going to ask each of them to please stand as I call your name. Dr. Ramesh Vamulapalli, Executive Associate Dean. Dr. Vamulapalli is our mace bearer today. Dr. Karen Cornell, Associate Dean. Dr. Cornell is Associate Dean for Professional Programs, holder of the Arlene and A.P. Wiley Endowed Chair in Veterinary Medicine. She's our announcer today and one of the marshals for the stage party. Dr. Stacy Ekman, Associate Dean for Hospital Operations. Dr. Michael Criscitiello, Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies. He's holder of the John Tom Campbell Research Chair. Dr. Gerald Parker, Associate Dean for Global Health. Dr. Jonathan Levine, Head of the Department of Small Animal Clinical Sciences and the Helen McWhirter Chair in Small Animal Clinical Sciences. Dr. Levine is one of our marshals today. Dr. Levine. Dr. Jennifer Schleining, Head of the Department of Large Animal Clinical Sciences. Dr. Albert Mulenga, Interim Head of the Department of Veterinary Pathobiology. Dr. Todd O'Hara, Head of the Department of Veterinary Integrative Biosciences. Dr. Larry Suva, Head of the Department of Veterinary Physiology and Pharmacology. Dr. Kristen Cheney, Assistant Dean for Professional Programs, Curriculum and Assessment. Thank you all for participating in today's ceremony and for your continued service and leadership for our school. Thank you all. And now it's my distinct pleasure to welcome Dylan Parsons to the podium to share the Class of 2023 reflections. Dylan has served as a representative of his class for each of his 4 years at our school. He's well known as a team player and for being approachable with a great sense of humor. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Dylan R. Parsons, very soon to be Dr. Dylan R. Parsons, President of the Class of 2023.
Good afternoon. Dr. Cornell asked me to write a speech about the reflection of what I thought the last 4 years of our class kind of embodied. I had ChatGPT write one, but I figured a self-written one may be better, so I went with that one instead. So, Texas A&M is a place where professors encouraged us to break the status quo and encouraged us to, define ourselves as who we wanted to be. Where a jock could place a mean catheter or a brainiac could flank a goat like no other. These past 4 years have been challenging. We've pressed through experience that are unlike anything in the past. But one common theme has remained: adapt and overcome. No one could have told us that in the middle of hands-on dissection of a horse that we'd be thrown into a worldwide pandemic. But still, we sit here about to cross the stage into this next chapter of our lives. Though this journey took massive amounts of self-belief, conviction, and persistence, we'd be naive to say that we did it all on our own. As I look around this room, I see so many smiling faces, full of pride and joy, whether that be family members, significant others, or our professors all around us. These cornerstones of support have propelled us to this day, and I can speak confidently for our class when I express my deepest gratitude for all that you have done for us. We're here to celebrate graduation, but y'all deserve celebration as well. So please, let's take a moment to celebrate all these people that have gotten us to this milestone today. Over the past week, I sent out a survey to our class, giving them a chance to express words or a phrase that they felt might embody our experience over these past 4 years. A few that were echoed from many of the voices are as followed: transformative, growth, resiliency, challenging, and of course, a couple, always tired, which I can agree was a common theme from this past year especially. These words speak volumes for what these past 4 years have meant for our class. The first two, depicting transformation and growth, became so powerful as I began to reflect over these. At the beginning of vet school, we all entered with this ultra-competitive attitude, which was necessary at the time to get into such a rigorous and sought-after program. But as the years passed, this mentality changed more from the competitive to more of an uplifting and supportive one. Countless times I would overhear, see on social media, or witness in person acts where my classmates went out of their way to help those around themselves, to push those that needed motivation, direct those that may be slightly off path, and overall just exude care and compassion. Those moments made me very proud to be a part of such an amazing class of soon-to-be phenomenal doctors. As we look back at this chapter and to opening the door to the new chapter, I don't feel amiss when saying that I think we all made some mistakes along the way. I know for myself there were many. This one quote from Henry Ford kept forefront in my mind as I went through some of those days milling over the mistakes that I may have made. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. We are destined to make mistakes as we move forward in this career path we chose, but make each one of those mistakes a stepping stone, just as we have for the last 4 years. Thank you for your time, and congratulations to the Texas A&M College of Veterinary Medicine Class of 2023.
Thank you, Dylan, for a very heartfelt reflection on the class of 2023. And now it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Katie Glass, Clinical Associate Professor of Veterinary Large Animal Clinical Sciences. Dr. Glass has been invited to present the charge to the class of 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Katie Glass.
Well, thank you guys for this. I thought that there was like something I was going to read to you. There's not. They have limited me, don't worry. So this will be brief. But I very much appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys one more time before you head off into the world. As we stand here and we look out at this group of veterinarians this afternoon, it's easy for us to reflect on the journey of where we've come, what we've gone through, the experiences that we've shared. But I can very easily also feel the resounding impact that you guys are going to have out in your communities and for families and industry and research, public health, and our world. I and the other faculty are humbled and proud to have been what will be a small part of your story. For some of you, today is a celebration of the accomplishment of a lifelong aspiration. Those of you who always knew from as long as you could remember that you wanted to be a veterinarian. For others, today is a culmination of a more convoluted life path, maybe with some twists and turns. But for all of you, there was a moment when you first thought, I think I might want to be a veterinarian. Congratulations, today you are. This ceremony is a celebration of an incredible amount of mental, physical, and emotional resilience. While others undoubtedly helped you along the way, today is a celebration of your efforts, of your accomplishments, and is the beginning of your career in veterinary medicine. Veterinary medicine is incredible because of its versatility. It allows us to pivot and change our plans and end up places we never expected as we change and a life requires it. But no matter whether your patients have feathers, hooves, scales, or paws, or whether they're just parts of animals in the end, and whether or not this career takes you into clinical practice, research, industry, or public service, you will always be a veterinarian. So I thought I would take this opportunity just to leave you guys with 5 reminders from Dr. Glass. Number 1, most of you need to be reminded that it's okay to not know everything. In fact, you're not expected to know everything, ever. You're leaving here with a diploma and resources to be able to find the answer to the questions that have them, and so that you can provide the best of care to your patients, to your clients. Number 2, a few of you need to be reminded that you don't know everything. We know who you are, and I think you do too. It's easy to feel like your clients, your colleagues, and your peers will respect you more if you know it all. But I've actually found the opposite to be true. In fact, your clients typically don't know if you're right or wrong. They only know if they trust you. So be someone who can be trusted. Speak with confidence. Be careful of statements that sound like questions as you say them. And you must also confidently tell people when you don't know, and explain how you'll help them find the answers or navigate that uncertainty. Number 3, that was 1 and 2. Number 3, some of you need to be reminded that even on the first day of your job, when you have decades of experience yet to gain, that you bring value. You're graduating today from what I honestly believe is the best veterinary school. You're going to leave here with a diploma that says you're a doctor, the skills, knowledge, and resources to be an excellent veterinarian on your first day. While you're working on gaining the decades of experience and fine-tuning your skill set, you're going to bring enthusiasm and passion for this profession that will change lives. Being the doctor that cares, that listens, that is compassionate, is as important as being the most experienced. Number 4, while showing compassion to your clients and your patients may come very easily for most of you, for it's the reason that most of us chose this profession in the beginning, I implore you to intentionally cultivate the skill of showing compassion towards yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Dylan and I did not talk about this beforehand. There isn't a person in this room who hasn't. Tiny ones that nobody ever knows about and huge ones that seem like you may never overcome. In the moments that you realize you've made a mistake, you've missed a clinical sign, you misinterpreted an exam finding, or that sinking feeling when the ECG goes flat and you wonder if you should or could have done something differently, please remember that you're not alone. Whether or not you realize it, you've built an incredible network, as you've already heard us say many times today. While those of us wearing regalia with you today may always be your mentors, as of today, we're no longer your professors or your teachers. Today, we're colleagues. You've built lifelong friendships among those sitting beside you, and you're now a graduate of the greatest institution of veterinary medicine. You may feel alone in that exam room, at that lab bench, or on that farm call, but you have a massive Aggie network with you always. And finally, number 5. I hope the next time you're standing at the surgery table, doing that upper limb flexion on your equine patient or holding that pipette at your lab bench or whatever corner of veterinary medicine you find yourself in, that you hear the voice of some of us. And maybe you'll even hear my voice say, shoulders back, doctor. Stand up tall. You got this. Today, we applaud you. We go with you into this exciting world of veterinary medicine, and we cannot wait to see all that you accomplish for our profession and our world. Thank you.
Dr. Glass, thank you. We all learned something from your remarks. We now come to the moment that you've all been waiting for, the hooding ceremony and the presentation of diplomas. The hood on each graduate symbolizes the academic community's recognition of completion of the requirements for an advanced degree. Higher education developed in European monasteries during the medieval era, and originally these hoods were utilitarian capes worn by the monks. However, over the years, the hood and investiture ceremony have evolved as symbols of personal, intellectual accomplishment. You may notice the variety of robe and hood colors among the faculty here. This indicates their various degrees and the universities they have attended. But this afternoon, we are going to focus on the gray hood trim and gray stripes, signifying the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. The inner silk lining of the hood represents Texas A&M University's institutional colors, maroon and white. Our graduating students have selected 2 members of our faculty to participate in their graduation. Assisting with the hooding today are Dr. Dusty Nagy, Clinical Associate Professor of Large Animal Clinical Sciences, and Dr. Ashley Navarrete, Clinical Assistant Professor of Small Animal Clinical Sciences. We are honored to have these 2 faculty members assist Dr. Karen Cornell, Dr. Stacy Ekman, and me in the investiture ceremony. Additional participating faculty members are Dr. Tammy Frank Cannon, Clinical Associate Professor in Veterinary Integrative Biosciences, who led the procession today, Dr. Mark Johnson, Clinical Professor in Veterinary Pathobiology, who led the faculty procession, and Dr. Elizabeth Crouch, Assistant Dean for Professional Programs Admissions and Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, who will assist students as they proceed to their seats. Several of our graduates have invited immediate faculty members who are veterinarians to assist in their hooding. With those individuals now, please walk back to the designated stage area in the backstage area at this time. Then you'll be able to join your new Doctor of Veterinary Medicine when their name is called. So now is the time to head back to the backstage area. And at this point, I would like to invite Dr. Karen Cornell to come forward to officially present our students for graduation. Dr. Cornell.
It is now my privilege to ask all of our candidates for degrees to please rise if able. Dean August, based on the recommendation of the faculty of Texas A&M University, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled all of the academic requirements for their degrees. I'm honored to present them to you for the awarding of the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. Would the graduates of the class of 2023 please come forward to be hooded and receive your diplomas? Also, for those of you in the audience, we want to let you know that we have a professional photographer who's going to take a photograph of each of your graduates in multiple stages as they cross the stage, as well as behind the scenes. So you just sit back, relax, and whip it up when your graduate crosses the stage. Yep, everybody's going to take their position. Yep. Mhm. All right, without further ado, Dr. Erica Marie Amat. Dr. Amat will be joining Rose City Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Portland, Oregon. Dr. Madison Delaney Ainsley. Dr. Ainsley will be joining Country Hills Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Bulverde, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Lauren Alboredo. Dr. Alboredo will be joining Blue Pearl Emergency and Specialty Hospital, a small animal ER in Spring, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Ana Paola Alvidrez. Dr. Alvidrez will be joining Emergency Animal Hospital of Crystal Falls, a companion animal emergency practice in Leander, Texas. Dr. Susie Marie Antonini. Dr. Antonini will be joining Lena Veterinary Clinic, a food animal practice in Lena, Illinois. Dr. Adrian Aaron Arellano. Dr. Arellano will be joining U.S. Army Veterinary Treatment Facility at the Army Veterinary Corps in Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Dr. Kristen Marie Autry. Dr. Autry will be joining Washington Animal Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Brenham, Texas. Dr. Jacqueline Joyce Babin. Dr. Babin will be joining Wimberley Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Wimberley, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude, and she is hooded by her husband, Dr. Luke DeVille, a 2022 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Tabitha Jean Babis. Dr. Babis will be joining Memorial Cat Hospital, a feline practice in Houston, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Chloe Elizabeth Benning. Dr. Benning will be starting a large animal internship with Weems and Stevens Equine Hospital in Aubrey, Texas. Dr. Elisa Ann Benson. Dr. Benson will be starting a large animal internship with Brazos Valley Equine Hospital in Navasota, Texas. Dr. Rachel Keiko Nagai Bernard. Dr. Bernard Dr. Bernard will be joining Veterinary Emergency Group, an emergency predominant practice in Dallas, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Catherine Eleanor Beal. Dr. Beal will be starting a small animal internship at the University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Amy Jane Bonnet. Dr. Bonnet will be joining Firehouse Animal Health Center Westlake, a companion animal exclusive practice in Austin, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Kayla Borsato. Dr. Borsato will be joining She'll be joining Green Trails Animal Clinic, a companion animal practice in Katy, Texas. Dr. William Hayes Boyd. Dr. Boyd will be joining Refinery Road Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Gainesville, Texas. Dr. Andrew Craig Brown. Dr. Brown will be starting a small animal internship at the University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia, and he graduates magna cum laude. Jubilation Lee Brown. Dr. Brown will be joining Vista Vet Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Georgetown, Texas. Dr. Brown graduates cum laude. Dr. Michelle Elaine Brunson. Dr. Brunson will be joining Kilgore Veterinary Associates, a mixed animal practice in Kilgore, Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Haley Catherine Butler. Dr. Butler will be joining Country Hills Veterinary Clinic, a mixed practice in Bulverde, Texas. Dr. Lauren Whitley Bynum. Dr. Bynum will be starting a small animal internship at North Carolina State University in Raleigh, North Carolina, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Laurel Caldwell. Dr. Caldwell will be starting an equine internship with Hagyard Equine Medical Institute in Lexington, Kentucky, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Brittany Lauren Campbell. Dr. Campbell will be starting an equine internship with Texas Equine Hospital in Bryan, Texas. Dr. Justine Andrea Carrasco. Dr. Carrasco. Dr. Carrasco will be joining Spring Creek Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in San Antonio, Texas. Dr. Victoria Caraway. Dr. Caraway will be joining the Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Plainville, Kansas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Hannah Nicole Carroll. Dr. Carroll will be joining Embrace Wellness Animal Clinic, a companion animal practice in Prosper, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Cody Ray Cass. Dr. Cass will be joining Oak Forest Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Houston, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Andrea Maria Castillo. Dr. Castillo will be joining VCA Seguin Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Seguin, Texas. Dr. Samantha Kimberly Chambers. Dr. Chambers will be joining Frisco West Animal Medical Center, a companion animal practice in Frisco, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Amy Chan. Dr. Chan will be joining Hoboken Vets Animal Clinic, a companion animal exclusive practice in Hoboken, New Jersey. Dr. Sarah Prescott Christian. Dr. Christian will be joining Dripping Springs Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Dripping Springs, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Amanda L. Clapham. Dr. Clapham will be starting a small animal internship with Arizona Veterinary Emergency and Critical Care Center in Gilbert, Arizona. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Keely Collinsworth. Dr. Collinsworth will be starting a small animal internship with Dove Lewis Veterinary Emergency and Specialty Hospital in Portland, Oregon. She is being hooded by her father, Dr. Jim Collinsworth, a 1988 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Olivia Combs Rich. Dr. Combs Rich will be joining Corsicana Veterinary Clinic, a companion animal practice in Corsicana, Texas. Dr. Margaret Elizabeth Cook. Dr. Cook will be starting a small animal internship with Colorado State University in Fort Collins, Colorado. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Tristan Joseph Cruz. Dr. Cruz will be joining Como Pet Hospital, a companion animal practice, and opening his own livestock consulting ambulatory service in New Braunfels, Texas. Dr. Ashley Leanne Cubb. Dr. Cubb will be starting a small animal internship with Blue Pearl Pet Hospital in Clearwater, Florida. Dr. Taylor Lee Curtis. Dr. Curtis will be joining Eagle Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in San Antonio, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Lena Ray Dahl. Dr. Dahl will be joining Essential Vet Care, a companion animal practice in Bastrop, Texas. Dr. Alec Zachary DePra. Dr. DePra will be joining Frisco Emergency Pet Care, an emergency practice in Frisco, Texas. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Kai Ariel DeVogler. Dr. DeVogler will be joining Rhinebeck Equine, an equine practice in Rhinebeck, New York. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Randy Barnes Dixon. Dr. Dixon will be joining Sunset Canyon Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Dripping Springs, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Megan Grace Dillman. Dr. Dillman will be joining South Tyler Animal Clinic, a companion animal practice in Tyler, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Kelly Brooke Engler. Dr. Engler will be starting a small animal internship with Dove Lewis Veterinary Emergency and Specialty Hospital in Portland, Oregon. Dr. Peyton Lee Farmer. Dr. Farmer Dr. Farmer will be joining Cole Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Spring, Texas. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Catherine Nicole First. Dr. First will be joining The Park, a small animal emergency practice in Fort Worth, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Mary Birdsong Gabriel. Dr. Gabriel will be joining Flint Veterinary Clinic, a companion animal practice in Tyler, Texas. Dr. Ryan Michael Galat. Dr. Galat will be joining Cross Timbers Animal Medical Center, a companion animal practice in Flower Mound, Texas. He graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Rena Haley Gannon. Dr. Gannon will be joining Royce City Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Royce City, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Tabitha Aaron Garcia. Dr. Garcia will be joining the Kadena Veterinary Treatment Facility, a companion animal practice in the Kadena Air Base in Okinawa, Japan. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Cassidy Lee Gillum. Dr. Gillum will be joining Medford Animal Hospital, a companion animal exclusive practice in Medford, Oregon. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Christopher Gordon Given Jr. Dr. Given will be joining Blue Pearl North Dallas Emerge Program, a companion animal practice in Lewisville, Texas. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Adrian Nicole Glenn. Dr. Glenn will be starting a residency in anatomic pathology at the University of Florida in Gainesville, Florida. Dr. Julie Ann Gonzalez. Dr. Gonzalez will be joining Bissonnet Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal exclusive practice in Houston, Texas. Dr. Abigail Lynn Grant. Dr. Grant will be joining Big Timbers Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Lamar, Colorado. She's being hooded by her father, Dr. Douglas W. Lubbers, a 1979 Colorado State University graduate. Dr. Stephanie Gerba. Dr. Gerba will be joining Boyd Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Boyd, Texas. Dr. Morgan Danielle Gunn. Dr. Gunn will be joining Veterinary Emergency Group, an emergency practice in Charlotte, North Carolina. She graduates summa cum laude, and she's being hooded by her mother, Dr. Christina Dawn O'Brien Gunn, a 1993 Kansas State University graduate. Dr. Tyler Elizabeth Hallier. Dr. Hallier will be joining City Vet Preston Forest, a companion animal practice in Dallas, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Afsana Hamed Zanjani. Dr. Hamed Zanjani will be joining Foothills Animal Clinic, a companion animal practice in El Paso, Texas. Dr. Morgan Sierra Hecht. Dr. Hecht will be joining Brenham Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Brenham, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Michaela Amber Heckman. Dr. Heckman will be joining Wilkinson Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Alice, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Brooke Heitman. Dr. Heitman will start a large animal internship with Texas Equine Hospital in Bryan, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Elizabeth Ann Hellings. Dr. Hellings will be joining Veterinary Emergency Group, an emergency practice in Katy, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Courtney Lynn Hindley. Dr. Hindley will be joining Animal Health and Medical Center, a food animal predominant practice in Stephenville, Texas. Dr. Rachel Ann Camille Henson. Dr. Henson will be joining Alvarado Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Alvarado, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Marissa Herod. Dr. Herod will be joining North Dallas Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Dallas, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Abby Ullen Hickox. Dr. Hickox will be starting a small animal internship with Wheat Ridge Animal Hospital in Denver, Colorado. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Mason Caroline Hill. Dr. Hill will start a small animal internship with Texas A&M Small Animal Teaching Hospital in College Station. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Taylor Lee Hood. Dr. Hood will be joining Summer Creek Animal Clinic, a companion animal practice in Fort Worth, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Anna Claire Huffman. Dr. Huffman will be joining Texas Animal Medical Center, a companion animal practice in China Spring, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Alexandra Eubanks Huey. Dr. Huey will be joining Swan Animal Clinic, a companion animal practice in Amarillo, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Jordan Sheriff Jafar. Dr. Jafar will be joining Kendall County Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Bernie, Texas. He graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Jessica Ann Jackson. Dr. Jackson will be joining a large animal internship with Texas Equine Hospital in Bryan, Texas. Dr. Sarah Alexis Jacobson. Dr. Jacobson will start a residency in clinical pathology at Texas A&M University in College Station, Texas. She graduates cum laude, and she is hooded by her parents, Dr. Drew Forrester, a 1985 Auburn graduate, and Dr. John Jacobson, a 1986 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Abel Hymas. Dr. Hymas will be joining Reisinger Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Terrell, Texas. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Sean Michael Jankowski. Dr. Jankowski will be joining Decent Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Floresville, Texas. He graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Krista Johns. Dr. Johns will be joining Veterinary Emergency Hospital of Midlothian and emergency practice in Midlothian, Texas. Dr. Chase Wilder Johnson. Dr. Johnson will be joining Alvarado Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Alvarado, Texas. He is being hooded by his parents, his mother, Dr. Deborah Ann Jackson, a 1986 Oklahoma State graduate, and Dr. Jesse Wayne Johnson, a 1973 Oklahoma State graduate. Dr. Danielle Leanne Johnson. Dr. Johnson will be joining West Loop Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Longview, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Jake Addison Johnson. Dr. Johnson will be joining Animal Crossing Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Floresville, Texas. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Brooke Nicole Joyner. Dr. Joyner will be joining the Park Vet, a companion animal practice in Fort Worth, Texas. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Samantha Nicole Kern. Dr. Kern will be joining Banfield Pet Hospital, a companion animal practice in College Station, Texas. Dr. Sierra Danielle Key. Dr. Key will be joining Barks and Bliss Veterinary Wellness, a small animal practice in Temple, Texas. Dr. Emily Grace Kingston. Dr. Kingston will be joining Millsap Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Millsap, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Amanda Ray Leal. Dr. Leal is pursuing a position with a small animal practice in the Waco area. Dr. Stephen Edward Lavere. Dr. Lavere will be joining Animal and Bird Clinic, a companion animal and exotic animal practice in Sugar Land, Texas. Dr. Claire Marie Lone. Dr. Lone will be joining Dallas Animal Urgent Care and a small animal practice in Dallas, Texas. Dr. David William Long. Dr. Long will be joining VCA North Country, a companion animal practice in Watertown, New York. He graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Rohini Ann Lumba. Dr. Lumba will be starting a small animal internship with the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, Tennessee. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Sarah Mai. Dr. Mai will be joining Heights Veterinary Clinic Northwest, a companion animal practice in Houston, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Matthew Austin Martellini. Dr. Martellini will be joining Faithful Friends Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Ave Maria, Florida. He is hooded by his grandfather, Dr. John Martellini, a 1976 Tuskegee University graduate. Dr. Samuel John McClanahan. Dr. McClanahan will be starting an equine sports medicine and surgery internship with Texas Equine Hospital in Bryan, Texas. Dr. Brecken Kate McLean. Dr. McLean will be joining Metro Paul's Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Dallas, Texas. Dr. Christopher Finley McLeod. Dr. McLeod will be joining Colonial Park Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Wichita Falls, Texas. Dr. Kira Schuyler Merritt. Dr. Merritt will be joining Animal Medical Center, a companion animal practice in Lubbock, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Caitlin Elizabeth Moon. Dr. Moon will be joining DeKalb Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in DeKalb, Texas. Dr. Gracelyn Marie Morrow. Dr. Morrow will be joining the Corner Vet, a companion animal practice in Houston, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Brittany Janae Munoz. Dr. Munoz will be joining Rockland Ranch Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Rockland, California. Dr. Veronica Negron. Dr. Negron will be starting a combined clinical pathology residency and PhD program at the Colorado State University in Fort Collins, Colorado. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Katie Marie Nelson. Dr. Nelson will be joining Fayette County Vet Clinic, a mixed animal practice in LaGrange, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Caitlin Yvonne Oliver. Dr. Oliver will be joining Richter Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Arlington, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Irogame E. Osedaya. Dr. Osadia will be joining Prestonwood Pet Clinic, a companion animal predominant practice in Dallas, Texas. Dr. Dylan Reed Parsons. Dr. Parsons will be joining White Rock Veterinary Hospital and Exotic Pet Care, a companion animal and exotic animal practice in Pflugerville, Texas. Dr. Joshua P. Pasco. Dr. Pasco will be joining Austin Veterinary Diagnostic Hospital, a companion animal practice in Austin, Texas. Dr. Ethan Mills Pope. Dr. Pope will be joining Fox Hollow Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Lakewood, Colorado. He graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Dora Prasko. Dr. Prasko will be joining Glenwood Falls Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Cypress, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Alexandra Victoria Poutre. Dr. Poutre will be joining Belton Small Animal Clinic, a companion animal practice in Belton, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Brian Rock. Dr. Rock will be joining Rock Veterinary Clinic, a companion animal practice in Hemp Hill, Texas. He graduates summa cum laude, and he is hooded today by his father, Dr. Thomas L. Rock, a 1978 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Brianna Rackley. Dr. Rackley will be joining Alvarado Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Alvarado, Texas. Dr. Christina Raquel Ramirez. Dr. Ramirez is pursuing a mixed animal practice in the Bryan College Station area. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Andres Alexis Garza Ramos. Whew, that was a mouthful. Dr. Ramos will be starting a small animal internship with North Carolina State University in Raleigh, North Carolina. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Patricia Ann Randall. Dr. Randall will be joining Boat Club Road Animal Hospital, a companion and exotic animal clinic in Fort Worth, Texas, and plans to pursue a master's in medical illustration. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Benjamin Elliott Rigby. Dr. Rigby will be joining Westside Animal Hospital, a small animal exclusive practice in Pearland, Texas. Dr. Emily Leanne Rhymes. Dr. Rhymes will be joining the Well Pet Center Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Fulshire, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Caroline Rachel Ritter. Dr. Ritter will be joining Dallas Animal Urgent Care, an emergency practice in Dallas, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Alexandria Isabel Rivera. Dr. Rivera will be joining New Braunfels Veterinary Clinic, a small animal practice in New Braunfels, Texas. She plans to later relocate to the Phoenix area to pursue emergency medicine. Dr. Michaela Sebastian Royke. Dr. Royke will be joining Chimney Rock Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Abilene, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Ashley Ann Rothrock. Dr. Rothrock will be joining Brazos Valley Equine Hospital, an equine practice in Salado, Texas. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Priscilla Angelica Rubio. Dr. Rubio will be joining TLC Animal Hospital, a companion animal exclusive practice in El Paso, Texas. Dr. Robert Price Ruffin. Dr. Ruffin will be joining Solomon Valley Veterinary Hospital, a food animal predominant practice in Beloit, Kansas. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Bailey Nicole Solis. Dr. Solis will be joining Hereford Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Hereford, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Chelsea Elaine Sanchez. Dr. Sanchez will be joining Bernie Stage Veterinary Clinic, a companion animal practice in San Antonio, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Savannah Elizabeth Sachs. Dr. Sachs will be joining Safari Veterinary Centers, a mixed animal and exotics practice in Clear Lake, Texas. Dr. Prisha Chetan Shah. Dr. Shaw will be joining Circle B Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Katy, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Chelsea J. Shearer. Dr. Shearer will be joining True Bond Veterinary Center, a companion animal practice in Colleyville, Texas. Dr. Manuel Cifuentes. Dr. Cifuentes will be starting a large animal internship with Texas Equine Hospital in Bryan, Texas. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Quaid Smith. Dr. Smith will be starting a small animal internship with Kansas State University in Manhattan, Kansas. Dr. Jason Sousa. Dr. Sousa will be starting a residency at the University of Georgia Poultry Diagnostic and Research Center in Athens, Georgia, and he graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Faye Stevens. Dr. Stevens is pursuing a position in an exotics and small animal practice. Dr. Caitlin Stone. Dr. Stone will be joining VCA Nassau Suffolk Animal Hospital, a companion animal predominant practice in Farmingdale, New York. She graduates magna cum laude, and she is hooded by her husband, Dr. Michael Jimerson, a 2022 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Ashley Danielle Swartz. Dr. Swartz will be joining Veterinary Medical Center of the Woodlands, a companion animal practice in Spring, Texas. Dr. Misha Taylor. Dr. Taylor will be joining Grand Montecito Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Las Vegas, Nevada. Dr. Nut Ashley Tenorio. Dr. Tenorio will be joining Firehouse Animal Health Center, a companion animal exclusive practice in Round Rock, Texas. Dr. Christopher Tiller. Dr. Tiller will be joining Sugarland Specialist in Emergency Care, an emergency practice in Sugarland, Texas. He is being hooded by his father, Dr. Robert C. Tiller, a 1976 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Tyler Tortella. Dr. Tortella will be joining Above and Beyond Pet Care Hospital, a small animal and exotics practice in Lubbock, Texas. Dr. Haley Amelia Ann Turner. Dr. Turner will be joining Lisbon Veterinary Clinic, a food animal predominant practice in Lisbon, North Dakota. Dr. let me start that again. Dr. Nicole Michelle Turner. Dr. Turner will be joining Lake Olympia Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Missouri City, Texas. Dr. Travis Twining. Dr. Twining will be joining Waco Animal Emergency Clinic, an emergency practice in Waco, Texas. Dr. Tegan Vanderstraten. Dr. Vanderstraten will be joining Avery Ranch Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Cedar Park, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Constance Ann Vernum. Dr. Vernum will be joining Animal Emergency Clinic Northeast, a companion animal predominant practice in Humble, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Danielle Marie Villa. Dr. Villa will be starting a small animal internship with Blue Pearl Pet Hospital Stone Oak in San Antonio, Texas. Dr. Ashley Nicole Wallace. Dr. Wallace will be joining VCA West Creek Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Fort Worth, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Chad Anthony Wallace. Dr. Wallace will be joining Banfield, a companion animal practice in Garland, Texas. He graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Jacob L. Warner. Dr. Warner will be joining Elgin Veterinary Hospital, a food animal exclusive practice in Elgin, Texas. He's hooded by his father, Dr. Gary Warner, a 1980 LSU graduate, his sister, Dr. Jenna Byer, a 2011 Texas A&M graduate, and his sister, Dr. Kelly Warner, a 2013 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Blake Weaver. Dr. Weaver will be joining McGee Street Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Norman, Oklahoma. Dr. Valerie Lynn White. Dr. White will be joining Penny Paws, a companion animal exclusive practice in Grand Prairie, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Charlotte Whitaker. Dr. Whitaker is pursuing a position as an equine practitioner with a focus in reproductive medicine. Dr. Vanessa Elizabeth Wilkins. Dr. Wilkins will be joining Sugarland Veterinary Specialist in Emergency Care, a companion animal practice in Sugarland, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Kelsey Jean Williams. Dr. Williams will be joining Wood Forest Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Montgomery, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Not with us today, Dr. Jordan Nicole Wilson. Dr. Wilson will be joining Elk Park Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Dr. Rachel Lane Wilson. Dr. Wilson will be starting a laboratory animal medicine residency with Vanderbilt Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee. Dr. Ashley Nicole Winkler. Dr. Winkler will be joining Animal Medical Care, a companion animal predominant practice in Temple, Texas. Dr. Stephanie Lane Word. Dr. Word will be joining Cypress Creek Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in Wimberley, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Riley Madeline Wren. Dr. Wren will be joining Katy Equine Clinic, an equine practice in Katy, Texas. Dr. Adam Parker Wurst. Dr. Wurst will be joining Weems and Stevens Equine Hospital and Equine Practice in Aubrey, Texas. He graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Caitlin Nicole Yates. Dr. Yates will be joining Turner Stone Animal Hospital, a companion animal practice in San Antonio, Texas. Dr. Carla C. Zamalis. Dr. Zamalis will be joining Carson Valley Veterinary Hospital, a companion animal practice in Minden, Nevada. She graduates summa cum laude. And apparently, in spite of my ruler, I got out of order. So let me just honor Dr. Mackenzie Lynn Washburn. Dr. Washburn will be joining Burleson Animal Emergency Hospital, a companion animal exclusive practice in Burleson, Texas. And that is all. Hang on, team. It's a dramatic drum roll, please. Dr. Katie Lynn Zimmerman. Dr. Zimmerman will be joining East Plano Murphy Pet Hospital, a companion animal exclusive practice in Plano, Texas.
We now come to a solemn and pivotal moment in today's commencement ceremony. While the hooding ceremony was symbolic, now marks the actual time of transition, the conferring and granting of the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. Literally, within a few beats of your hearts, your lives will be changed forever. No longer will people refer to you as Ms. or Mr. or just sister, brother, daughter, or son. From this point onwards, you will forevermore be called doctor. Will the members of the 2023 graduating class please stand as able for the conferring of degrees? Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University System and the state of Texas, I hereby confer upon you individually the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine with all of the rights, privileges, and societal responsibilities pertaining thereto. You've done it. Please be seated. Fellow colleagues and doctors of veterinary medicine, allow me to be the very first to congratulate you and welcome you to the proud profession of veterinary medicine, one of the most noble professions in the world. It's now my pleasure to invite to the podium Dr. Jody Long, president of the Texas Veterinary Medical Association, who will administer the veterinarian's oath. Dr. Long.
Congratulations to the new graduates. At this time, I will administer the veterinarian's oath to the new graduates. Will veterinarians in the faculty, the audience, and on stage please rise as able and join our graduates as they also stand. You get to reaffirm your commitment to the precepts of this oath. Okay. Graduates and veterinarians, if you could raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. Thank you, good Aggies. Sorry. All right, repeat after me, y'all. Ready? Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine, I solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society, through the protection of animal health and welfare, the prevention and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competence. Congratulations. Be seated.
So for my closing remarks each year, and I promise to keep them as short as I can, I try to identify one moment in the fourth year that defines each graduating class. Last year, I shared a story of a large team of students, faculty, and staff who provided humanitarian veterinary care in the summer heat for underserved citizens in the Rio Grande Valley, an exercise that I'm delighted will be happening again in a couple of months. This year's defining event for me has been a recent series of small but powerful moments that have happened over the past couple of weeks. On 3 occasions, very recently, I've been approached at university events by influential animal owners who wanted to share with me their experience in our hospitals. In each case, it was their interactions with you, the students, that they wanted me to know about. Caring, communication skills, professionalism, and commitment were words that I heard in each conversation. You've been the face of our hospitals over the past year, and you've truly represented the core values of our institution with distinction. A couple of months ago, I was in the hospital looking for one of your classmates who was about to come on duty that afternoon. It was late afternoon. I had a handwritten thank you card in hand. Your colleague, your classmate, had been the attending student on a very seriously ill patient referred to the hospital a few days previously. Once again, I had received gushing praise from the patient's owner about your classmate. When I found your colleague in the rounds room, their first comment was, "I guess I'm in trouble." Far from it, exactly the opposite, I said quickly to diffuse the situation. This interaction made me realize that we have not said thank you enough to your class, especially during the rigors of the fourth year, for everything that you've done so well for our school. An important part of my role as dean is to be chief advocate for our school, especially to the higher administration of this wonderful university. And I always start my bragging sessions with the accomplishments of our students. And recently, one statistic that I share has quickly made me enormously proud. The average first-time pass rate in the North American veterinary licensing examination taken in late 2022 by all veterinary schools, all 31 veterinary schools. The average across the nation was 79% pass rate. The first-time pass rate for Texas A&M University DVM class of 2023 was 93%. This is an extraordinary reflection on the academic quality of your class, the impact of our outstanding curriculum, and the commitment of our wonderful faculty, many of whom are here today. There truly has never been a better time to graduate as a veterinarian from this institution. There's a national shortage of veterinarians in all aspects of our profession. We hear it every day. The role of animals in supporting human physical and mental health has never been stronger. The unique training of veterinarians is increasingly important to prevent and control the next pandemic, which will spill over from some animal species. And finally, the value of an Aggie ring and an A&M veterinary medical degree has never been more highly respected. Please join me in recognizing the accomplishments of the class of 2023, the world's newest veterinarian. Let's bring the house down with a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 2023 commencement ceremony of the 103rd class in veterinary medicine to graduate from this wonderful university. I would like to invite all of you to join our graduates and special guests at a reception immediately following this ceremony in the Bethencourt Ballroom on the second floor of the Memorial Student Center. Signs will be provided to direct you to the ballroom. I ask you to please remain seated until the stage party and all graduates have exited the auditorium. We then ask guests to meet the new graduates in the foyer area and then proceed to the Memorial Student Center. The 2023 commencement ceremony for the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree hereby stands adjourned and gig 'em.